Open your mouth. Spread your legs. Clear. Let's go.
What up, what up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol P. Welcome back to Dog of the Yard. Today we got Jermaine in the building, 2005. First to witness the RTA production at Sing Sing Correctional Facility with Breaking the Mummy's Code. And with that being said, let's get right to it. Your boy Pistol P, Dog in the Yard. What up, what up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol P. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. Today we got Bang in the building. What's up, my brother?
I'm in the building. We in the
What's up,
building.
brother? Peace,
What's happening?
brother.
Peace,
How you?
King. I'm good. I'm great, man. I'm great.
Yeah, I heard a lot of great things, man. You pulling a lot of moves, man. I'm gonna have to get with you, man, real soon.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
For sure.
I'm talking about.
You had to talk. Shit, what I hear about you is like, shit,
Bro.
that brother's moving.
We veterans, bro. When we made it this far, you know what you've been through. I know
love
what
it.
I've
I
been
love
through.
it,
It's
man.
like, yo, we here for a reason, man.
Love that, King. I love to hear
Real.
that. A little bit about, we're going to get into a little bit about your upbringing. You know what I'm saying, Bang? Let's talk about a little bit your upbringing as far as your siblings. How many you got? Parents, you have both of them. At what age you started getting yourself in trouble, and take it from there?
Yeah, so I got 11 brothers and sisters. My mom's had 7. My pops added to that after us. I'm my mom's baby, so I'm the 7th.
Okay.
Originally from Marcy, Bed-Stuy.
Okay.
Moved to Flatbush, came up
You
in
from
Flatbush.
Papoose, right? Ain't with Papoose from Bed-Stuy?
He from the Stuy too, absolutely.
Yeah.
He from the Stuy.
Okay.
I used to be out, I'm with Turf. I don't know if you know Turf, but Turf, my guy. A couple
Okay.
other folks. I don't really want to name drop too many, but everybody in Marcy know I'm from Marcy. I moved to Flatbush, and that's when I started getting in trouble. Coming up, it was just my mom's. My pops was in Sing Sing. He spent a lot of time in Sing Sing.
Wow.
20 years later, I was in Sing Sing. So it was like an eye opener.
So you was raised only by your mom.
I was raised by my mom. My mom's raised all over
Yes.
by herself.
Okay, and your 7 siblings.
And my 6 siblings, I made 7.
Oh, you made it 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Boys, lady.
5 boys, 2 girls.
And how was that? How was your upbringing?
I mean, I felt like it was love, to tell you the truth. We wasn't rich by no means, but we always had what we needed. Like, I didn't go without clothes. I didn't go without food. We was poor. I could tell you there was times where me and my brother had to share milk for cereal. So he would eat the cereal first and leave the milk in the bowl, and then I throw my cereal in there. So,
Okay.
But looking back, I realized that's love. That's like sharing. But when I was growing up, I felt poor. I'm like, I shouldn't be having to share no milk. You done spit all in the milk or whatever, drool in it. I don't want to do that. But we had everything we needed, man. Like my mom used to get up, leave for work 5 in the morning. She don't get back till 9 o'clock at night because my pops was locked up. And she made sure like we had everything we needed at the end of the day. I didn't have the most expensive sneakers. I didn't have no jewelry, but I had everything I needed.
Yeah, anything necessary, all the necessary things.
On the food, shelter, water.
Yeah, you was good.
Facts.
And what year you started getting yourself caught up, and going outside and getting in trouble?
I mean, I was getting in trouble early, but getting caught up, meaning like getting caught, was a little different. I started getting caught when I was in like 8th grade. That's when I remember 8th grade. I was robbing, snatching change, graffiti.
You was what, 15, 14?
8th grade, I was 13.
Okay.
So I was like 13. It's not my mom's fault, but she was never there. She working. She making sure everything. I'm in the
so
hood.
she didn't really know what you was doing?
Nah, she didn't know. I was a good kid to her. She never knew. Even my brothers didn't know because they beat me up. They was in the streets, but I was like, they never really knew what I was doing until it was too late. By the time they realized, like, oh, this little nigga in the streets.
This nigga already did that.
Yeah, I'm already in there now. I got hammers. I got everything else too. But at around 13, I really started getting in trouble. Mm-hmm. And around 15, I started getting bagged for it, like stupid shit, get locked up, robbing somebody on the train, snatching chains, all type of. I was a wild boy, but it was a wild neighborhood, so it was like trying to fit in.
It was just part of the culture.
That's what it was.
That's all it is. You were part of the environment and all. That's all you know.
That's all we knew. That's all we saw.
That's all we saw at that time. Absolutely. It's not like now. Now you have super more options. The world is super changed on us.
Trying to tell you, I tell people all the time, I ain't want to be a criminal. It sound good when we say that looking back, but criminals usually from our era was trying to eat. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't wear that shit on my chest like a badge. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
nah, it was about I'm trying to eat. You know, and I
Yeah, we
want
just
to
trying
live
to
good
survive.
too. Trying to survive good too. I
Yeah,
don't
we
want
just trying to be right.
sharing cereal milk. I want to be able to, you know what
Facts,
I'm saying?
I
wanna
agree
eat.
with you.
I want to eat. I want to drive a car. I want to
Yep.
live.
I
So when
agree
I
with
see
you.
what the dudes doing, that's living, I'm gonna do what they doing. They
Yeah.
living. So I remember in the 9th grade, I was smart. I was always smart in school, and I got a friend named Lee. He started a rap group called the Bush Babies, and I could have been a part of it. Obviously, we all from Flatbush, and he was like, "Yo, man, think about auditioning for it." I'm like, I'm getting money, man. Like, I'm by 9th grade, I'm getting money. I'm not thinking about being no rapper, being no entertainer. And when I look back on it, it's like, yo, he's a rapper now. He's one of the rappers from the 90s. They one of the originals, and he good. He living. I've been home 4 years. I'm good now, but it was a struggle. So I realized them choices I made back in the 90s really fucked up the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And we get to
course.
that. But yeah, as a child, it was like, I had everything I needed. I chose the streets.
Yeah, you
I saw
chose
what
the
I
streets.
wanted. They doing what I used to be a mean baseball player. I love baseball.
Wow.
And the girls at my high school didn't like baseball players. They like basketball players. And all the basketball players was thugs. So I had to, over one summer I learned how to play ball, and I came back in 10th grade with jewelry on like you got on right now. Like, I'm in the 10th grade, I'm heavy. I got all my brother's jewelry on. I got Guess, because we talking about Guess back in them days. I got all the fashion.
Guess was
brands.
lit back then.
Guess was lit back then in the 80s. So I got the butter soft Guess, them pastel colors, the butter soft leathers, and I went over one summer. I went from just a little troublemaker to that dude.
So at one point you got caught. You got in trouble, and
I've been
what year? You went to the island.
Yeah, I went to the island several. I went to the island a few
Yeah,
times.
say the first talk about that first time.
That first time on the island,
Going over the bridge, and you remember all that.
Yeah, I remember that. I couldn't appreciate it at the time because we used to talk in our neighborhood about, he went to the island. He had the phone in the smash. He had the whole house in the smash. So I wasn't as scared as I should have been. I wasn't thinking, like, I'm like, I'm going to be all right no matter what, wherever I go, anywhere, any block, I don't care. So I remember getting locked up, and they told me I'm going to the island, and my brother came to the precinct, and he took all his jewelry off me. They let him take the jewelry off. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to the island with this. He was like, nah, because I had never been to the island.
Yeah.
And he came, and they let him take all his jewelry. He took my watch. He might have took my coat, too. He's like, yo, you don't understand. And when I got there, I understood. Like, it was a jungle. It was savage in there. Like, anything you had, I don't think he was worried about me getting robbed. He was worried about me messing around catching more time.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, because anything can happen.
There's always a dude tougher than you. I don't care who you are.
You could bang out with somebody and he get you and you get him, and he still want to get you for your
Well,
shit.
you get in the house, you don't even know who he with. Like, you get in the house, you don't know who it is. You just like, yo, I want the phone.
You already know they've been in there 7 months, 8 months.
Yep. They got a family. They got house game. They got all that. So he definitely said
He did what the big brother was supposed to do.
That's a
He
fact.
went in there and made sure that you go in there. You don't have to really go extra to fight for shit.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
He did.
So that journey, how long you lasted on the island?
The first time was like 60 days. I was in HTM, which was Gladiator School back then. No, I wasn't HTM. HTM was I was in C-74
You was
the
in
first
the 4
time.
building.
4 building the first time. I lasted about 60 days. They bailed me out. Then I got locked up again. I didn't see the island again until I was an adult. I didn't see the island again until I was an adult.
So go ahead, keep going. Just let me
Yeah, so I get locked up in 90. I go to the island. I'm an adult. I get locked up in 91. Stolen cars, some stupid shit. I get locked up in 92.
Go back to the island.
Yeah, I'm going back to the island. I come home. I do about whatever, a couple months, get out, get locked back up. New, because back in them days, they was just like, they was priming us for jail. Like, I feel like they was setting me up. They didn't give me the real experience. I get locked up, they let me out. So it's like, you think that's gonna happen forever?
They keep building that shit. That's all.
Yeah,
it is.
they making you think it's okay. It's cool. Because I ain't gonna be here for long.
Absolutely.
And then one day they just stick you.
Yeah, and especially if they can stick you with that one little felony and they'll give you probation for it, and you thinking, I'm
that's
going
what
home.
They did in 92.
You're not even thinking about the whole probation shit.
Yep.
But that's a felony. So you already know that's going to add next time when you get caught.
They put me on probation in 93. I didn't get off that ever.
Wow.
From 93, I was on probation. I caught my case in 97.
Okay.
I got locked up in 98. I came home in 2020. So basically, I never ended probation.
Yeah, you never did.
I never ended. I was on probation that whole time. I mean, they dismissed it now. I did all the time, but
Yeah.
I never satisfied probation.
Okay. So when did you get the time that you did like the most?
1997 was the case. 1998 was when they locked me up, and that was
Okay.
murder. That was murder in the second degree, and that was a dude I liked. Like the dude, I didn't do it. So let's get that off. Let's get that off the rip.
Okay, so you was an innocent person.
I was an innocent person.
And you was just charged for second degree murder.
Because I was charged for second degree murder and convicted of it, depraved indifference, because they knew on that block I had influence. They was like, that's a bunch of his little mans, that's him, he been out here for years doing all this.
Right.
Now I'm caught up because I got 2 kids, 1 on the way. I'm in and out, like I'm double Dutch. Stuff that they always told me don't do. Either you in the game all in or leave it alone.
Right.
I'm in and out because I'm still trying to get the money. Like you attracted to the money. The money is good.
Yeah, that's what's making you feel good.
It feel good and taking care of my business, but at the
Facts.
same time, we forget what come with that. We think I put my work in the 80s, dude's gonna respect me no matter what in the 90s. I'm good, and you gotta keep living like that. That's what a lot of people take for granted.
You got to keep up. You got to keep up.
You gotta keep up, and you gotta keep putting yourself at risk. You gotta keep getting locked up. You gotta keep carrying guns. So by that time, I was like in and out. I was still hustling, but I'm not carrying guns. I'm not banging out no more. I'm getting money now.
Yeah.
And got into an argument with a dude. It's a bunch of little dudes, like just like how people look at you around your way, people look at me. Them little young dudes, like I like that dude. I get into an argument with a dude. My brother, the same one that took the chains off me, was like, yo, I'm going to talk to him. They the same age. So he said, yo, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. Don't worry about it. He never got a chance to talk to him. Scrams pull up on me again because he didn't see my brother. I don't know his pops got killed that night.
Things ain't calmed down because your brother never got to him.
And I never knew his pops died that night. So
Oh,
this is where all this energy coming from. I don't know where it's coming from. Because we never had a problem, but all of a sudden, like, you want smoke. And I'm caught up in the middle because I'm like, I could give you the smoke. Like, I don't want to. I'm trying to live right now. I don't really want to get into this because it's going to go somewhere.
And you getting money. You ain't trying to get caught up right now.
And this ain't no one and done. If this goes somewhere, it's going. We going. That's it.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave this alone. I left it alone. But the little dudes around my way, they didn't. Some dudes just decided. He had beef with
the guy, the same individual.
Yeah, he had beef with a lot of people.
And his pops just had passed away.
And his pops passed away that night.
So he was on some bullshit.
So he on some bullshit.
In
Some
the hood,
bullshit.
neighborhood.
Yeah, in the neighborhood. We all grew up in the same
So
neighborhood.
he got killed.
Nope. His brother got killed the next day. They look alike. One is light skin, one is brown skin, but they look alike.
Wow.
So his brother got killed. So because me and him just had that was the last argument he had with me. So he assuming I did it. I didn't do it. But he think I did it. So he go clap my brother 7 times. My brother lived. So my brother telling me, yo, just leave it alone once he come out the hospital, surgery and all that. He's like, your hands ain't dirty, don't dirty your hands. And we could turn back the clock. I don't want to. I got another baby on the way that's gonna be here in a few months.
Yeah.
I got 2 babies already. I don't need to be going through this. So I get low. I get low. I'm chilling, and find out the police looking for me. So when they locked me up, they told me, we know you didn't do it, but you gonna tell us who did it, or you gonna eat that. I'm like, I ain't do that. I ain't saying nothing. That's your job.
And that's exactly the way it went down.
And that's that street loyalty. You loyal to the game. Like, I know who did it, but why would I tell you? That ain't my job.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not. Ain't no snitch. It wasn't even about snitch. It was just like, that's your job. That ain't my job. You get paid to figure this shit out. Figure it out, slick. And they went and found.
Yeah, but that's how they was back in the days. Back in the days, police set a lot of us up.
Yeah, they set a lot of us up.
Yeah,
they set
you know what I'm saying? It just be like lack of education.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You don't really know the law.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You lost. You just all you know is get money in the hood. You know your culture. You know what you being raised around. So you don't really know the whole outlook on how they had a job they was doing, and we was just like the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
We was just like, oh yeah, we could get him. Oh, we could get him to do 25. Blame him on that body real quick.
Take him off the street.
Let's take him off the street because his name is making too much noise. We hearing about him all the time.
Even if he didn't do this, he did something.
No,
that's how they think.
I get it.
That's how they think.
I get it.
And we didn't know at the time in the 90s mass incarceration. I didn't know what that meant.
Man,
I didn't know
listen,
that tough on crime stuff.
Yeah.
You know if you ever been up north, you'll know they give you a number. And you get the number, the first number tells you what year you went up north.
Right.
The letter tells you what facility, what prison you came through. And the last 4 numbers tell you what number prisoner you were that year to go upstate.
True.
In 89, like in the late 80s, early 90s, they had to start putting T's on numbers. Because once you get past 9,999, ain't no more numbers to go through. It's a 4-digit number.
Right.
They started giving dudes T numbers, so that lets you know that person was the 10,000 person to go up north. And it kept going and going and going. They was running out of numbers. That's how they was throwing us in them cans. So many people that they had to make up new numbers.
My shit was went up north. My shit was 89B.
89B. So you went to Elmira.
Elmira.
Yeah, my shit was.
I was in Elmira.
I had an A number. I went through downstate.
Oh, you went down? Yeah, I was in Elmira.
Yeah.
But,
And then, you know, they got off. You go to Ulster County.
to Ulster County and all that. Yeah, I'm not really hip to all of it. Like you on point with those.
Oh yeah, I did 22. Inside,
Yeah, you
so
hit with those. You hit with those. I wasn't hit with. I didn't even pay that shit no fucking mind.
Yeah, I learned about it later.
You hear me? I didn't give a fuck about the number, the B, the what number inmate I was. I went to jail. I just felt comfortable. I was just like, oh shit, this is like. I could wear my jury. I could do all kind of shit.
Yeah.
I could barely get in trouble. You know, you get in trouble, but it's like, hey, fuck it. You
Yeah.
know, you're already in jail.
Yeah, I'm in jail. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I started thinking crazy, but I never.
But you know, that's what I always like to bring up though for today is we was a culture to that. Like they made us used to that, made us think it was the norm. Like if you ain't go to the island, you ain't nobody. You got to prove your stripes. If you ain't do a bid, and what did we do when people came home? Took them shopping. We showed them love.
You got the shine up north glow.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You looking good.
Yo,
you came
show
home,
them
you working out. We don't do that when our family come home from the military. We don't do that when somebody come home from college.
We not excited like that.
Nah, we excited, son. We was
That
in
shit
Attica.
is pretty fucking.
Was in Comstock.
That's so fucking. That is so. I feel that is so. So ignorant on our behalf.
It is, and it's not by mistake. It's designed, bro.
And it's not. It was just that we just didn't know.
We didn't know. But when you look at
We
it,
were just.
I started studying, and I'm looking at things like when I go to the Hamptons and when I go to Beverly Hills, there ain't no liquor store on every corner. Ain't no fast food restaurant on every corner. So this is environmental design. Like you notice the things that are in every hood. I don't care if you're in the Bronx.
Yeah, it don't
Brooklyn.
matter where.
There's a liquor store.
That shit is all there.
There's a fast food restaurant, usually a Chinese restaurant, which is not healthy food.
Facts.
And there's gonna be a church, so you could suffer and tolerate all this and go someplace and feel good. But the school is gonna be trash. They're not gonna have books. The teachers are underpaid, overworked. Like when I go to places, when I went to Fort Hamilton High School, they had computers. The first time in my life I ever saw a computer was when I went to high school in Bay Ridge.
Ain't that some
they
shit?
didn't have no computers where I was at. None of that. So I'm saying this shit is by design. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
my
by
hood,
design.
it's your hood, it's the X.
Yeah,
it's the style. That's
It's,
what it is.
it's what it is. It's you know they just basically we set up for failure anyway.
Yeah, they set us up for failure.
And that's a
fact.
business. You know
It's
what
a
I'm saying?
business.
It's a business.
How many people making money off of prison?
Shh.
Except us and our families.
Of course.
You got the officers, you got the nurses, you got the
Everybody
teachers.
getting money except us.
Everybody getting money off of prison except us.
So now you in jail for second-degree murder,
22 to life.
and you went to trial.
Yep.
And how long you was on the island?
3 years.
And what's one of the worst things you seen on the island when you was there? What's one of the worst things you seen when you was in prison anyway? That you came home and say, wow, I was in the mess hall and this guy poked this guy out right in front of me. Like, what is the worst thing that you could share with
It's crazy. I seen somebody get their face sliced in half, like literally where the skin was flapping, and that was in Clinton. I seen that, but that didn't fuck me up as much as when I seen a dude. Some dude was working out in the yard. He just ran like 40 laps, and he on the bar, and he doing push-ups. And right when it was over, another dude walked up to him, stole on him, caught him by surprise, and stomped him out. And that felt worse to me than seeing the other thing, because it was like, when I saw the other thing, I was fresh up north. I'm trying to get away. I don't want to get no blood on me. I don't want to get caught up in investigation. But later on, as I grew up, I got mature. I was taking college classes and all that. When I saw that dude get stomped out with no mercy, I think I seen a lot of bad shit over 22 years, but that was one of the worst things I seen because he couldn't even fight back. He was worn out. He just been working out for 2 hours straight, running around the yard, everything. He tired, and the dude popped on him, and somebody eventually had to pull the dude off. It wasn't even like, all right, that's like, somebody had to be like, that's enough, man. And that shit, that made me realize as a people, we fucked up because it was black and Latino. It wasn't, it's us.
Yeah,
and
that's all it is.
It's
Us hurting each other.
Us hurting each other.
You know that.
And
So
that shit fucked me up. That fucked me up more than the stabbings and slicings I seen because it was like, yo, we would kill each other in a heartbeat.
what year you blew trial?
99.
99. And you got 22 years.
22 to life.
Okay, and when you went at? What's your first stop?
Downstate.
What was going through your mind? How old you was?
25, 26, somewhere around there.
What was going through your mind?
No, I was older than that because it was 99, 72, 27.
Okay. What was going through your mind? I mean, you had kids already?
Yeah, I had 2 and 1 on the way.
Just saying, well, how would it
Well,
felt?
by the time I got to Downstate, the 3rd one was born. So I had a baby, I had a newborn, and I got 2 more kids. And at the time, I'm young, dumb. I'm thinking I'm going to beat this on appeal. I'm gonna beat this. Ain't no way they gonna make me do 22 years for something everybody know I didn't do. I'm gonna beat this on appeal. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I still wasn't even realizing what
That was your hope too.
Yeah, it was my hope.
Yeah, because especially you ain't doing shit.
But it was worse than a hope because I knew it, even though it wasn't true. I knew, like, I'm beating this. Ain't no way.
Facts.
Everybody know I didn't do this. They just waiting on me to tell. It was a bunch of people out there that night. Everybody know I didn't do this. But, you know, they put it on me. When I got up north, downstate, I had a surcharge. I got my money from the street, paid off the surcharge because they'll keep taking money from you. So I got my surcharge paid off. I'm in commissary. I'm buying a bunch of stuff. I'm as comfortable as I could be. Downstate, you don't be there too long. I might have been there for like 2 months.
How it felt when you went downstate? What's the process?
Well, they stripped me naked. They cut all the hair off my body. Like, you know, you couldn't have no locks, couldn't have no hair. The only thing you get to keep is your eyebrows. Everything else is coming off, so they're gonna shave you. They're gonna give you this stuff to put on your pubic hairs and all this. All that was coming off, and you couldn't bring nothing upstate with you. So it felt like slavery in a sense because they made you a whole new person. They take away your name, they gave you a number. You can't bring no property with you by the time I went up. Back in the days, they used to bring property. By the time I went up, you can't bring nothing with you but a Bible or a Quran or a Torah. Couldn't bring nothing else up, so people would write all their phone numbers in their religious book. And if you had a wedding band on,
yeah, that's how they used to do it. They used to put everything on their Bible and all that.
Yeah,
and that's how you kept the information.
And I felt angry. I was mad as a motherfucker, but I also felt like kind of helpless. Like I really can't do nothing about it. These motherfuckers got me caught up, and I can't do nothing about this right now.
Yeah, you ain't got no voice. You ain't got shit.
I ain't got a name. They gave me a number. They never call me by my name. They call me by the cell number or that DIN number. That's all they call you by. They never gonna say yo bang. They ain't doing that. Inmate such and such, which is a DIN number, or they call you by whatever cage they got you locked in. So yeah, I felt helpless at that point. It was like, yo, they got me for something I really didn't do. I can't do nothing about it, and I'm gonna be here till I get to court at least 2-3 years.
So you went downstate. How long you was there downstate?
Like 2-3 months, like 2 months and a half.
And when you went at?
Sing Sing.
Oh wow. So okay. So how was that?
Oh, that was Gladiator School right away. When I got to Sing Sing, before I got off quarantine, so when you get to prison, they keep you on quarantine.
I never been to Sing Sing, so.
Yeah, they keep you locked up.
Yeah, they keep you locked up, and mostly every jail they keep you locked up.
For 2 days till you see a
couple
counselor,
days, see counseling and all that. Yeah.
And somebody got bodied on the flats. Somebody got bodied the day I got there, so it was crazy. Jail locked down. I'm like, oh, this is real. So it's funny. Everywhere I went, people used to tell me, yo, it's gonna get real there. So when I got locked up on the island in adolescent, they was telling me, yo, don't worry, when you get to the adults, shit get real. When I got to adults, it was real, but it didn't scare me. So now, yo, wait till you get up north, wait till you get to downstate. I got to downstate. I'm not worried, like I'm good anywhere I go. When I got to Sing Sing and that body drop, that's when I was like, oh shit, this shit just got real because I'm coming up out of here alive. One way or another. I'm not getting bodied. But I can't catch another case while I'm in here. I'm ready for. I know dudes that went up north for something they didn't do, caught a body, and then beat the street case, and still doing time. Off the jail body. So I was like, I got to get around.
Jail body done fucked them up.
Yeah, jail body. Now you're guilty. Now you're gonna do the 25, even though you beat the other case.
Yeah.
That
shit is crazy.
That shit is crazy, man. But yeah, I got to Sing Sing. I was on quarantine for a little while. Shorty came to see me. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm skinny. Still skinny, and like 60 days later, I'm rolling around on the floor with the officers, and I'm in the box for assault on staff. I got popped, I got washed up. I ain't even gonna front like dudes get beat up and go to the box and be like, yeah, I did this. Nah, they washed me up. It was a bunch.
Yeah, but that's the norm.
That's the norm. But dudes like to tell those stories.
They just finally got exposed now.
Yeah, now we got exposed with Robert Brooks.
Rest in peace.
Marcy, rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, us, like I was at this party last night. This little. You know, like a little private thing and all that for one of my guys, his wife, and we was out there talking, and other ladies was out there and all that. We said, oh, Pete, you been going to Rikers Island, and you know, they talking about the stuff I'm doing. Yeah, I do this, that, a little bit of that, and and then we came up how Robert Brooks and this, that, how he passed away, how they caught him on, you know, it was on the cameras and this, that, and I was telling the guys that was there, yeah, but this is like the norm.
Yeah,
this is something that we all know. As individuals that went up top and been through it, we all kept that. We just never shared it with the wifey, and probably did that with the with the outside world, because it's like, oh, you know, I got beat up by the cops and this what happened to me. You know, we don't really use that. We don't really expose that. We might share it probably. We're one of the guys first before we even share what our love was or family.
Absolutely.
So it's always been like our secret.
Yeah.
Until Robert
Yeah.
Brooks comes, it's like, now we all talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the norm.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened to me.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a bunch of times.
That's what I'm saying. It happened to you.
Especially back in them days.
Back in the days, it was crazy.
Yeah, because there was no cameras back then.
No
body
cameras. Fuck no. You
cameras.
had certain police in certain jails. You know, you go to Comstock, you got German and Herbert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got certain jails, you got the cops that they already known.
They call them the beatdown squad.
Yeah,
like
they already
say.
know them niggas gonna bother you. They're gonna get over with it. They're gonna knock your teeth. Something gonna happen to you.
Facts.
So, as soon as you got there, 90 days later, you in the box.
I'm in the box. But
So
somewhere between 60 and 90 days. Because I got up top. I think I got 2 Sing Sing in July, August. And then I was in the box September.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was in the box September.
Assault on police.
No. Yeah, I was in the box 5 days after 9/11. So 9/11 happened, and 5 days later,
After that,
September
yeah.
16th, I ended up.
He was in the box.
Yeah.
For assault.
For assault on for getting beat up. For assault on staff. For
Yeah,
getting beat
yeah.
up. Yeah.
You get beat up, but you got the assault charge.
Yeah.
And what was the outcome on that?
60 days.
Then you
60
came back out?
Came back out.
Okay.
And then they shipped me to Clinton. Because anytime you get over a certain amount of days, you got to leave Sing Sing.
Yeah.
So they shipped me to Clinton.
I know you was really mad then.
Yeah, I'm in Canada.
Yeah,
That's what I felt
that's
like.
what
I'm
I'm
in
saying.
Canada.
See, you went from being in New York right
45
there,
minutes away.
where your people could just go 45 minutes to an overnight
trip.
Or
That's right.
trip.
They got to leave at 12 at night, midnight to get up
Yes.
there by 8 o'clock. That's right.
not easy, brother.
It's not easy. My mom's was doing it. Like, she was doing it. She
Wow,
coming through.
man. She's a trooper, bro.
She's a trooper, man. She's a trooper. God bless her.
That's what God bless. Hell fucking yeah.
But I'm going to keep it a buck. I didn't like the physical beatdown, but it made me think. When I was in the box, I remember thinking, I can't beat them no matter what with my hands, because if I could beat 5 of them, they gonna come with 6. Like they gonna always outnumber me. I gotta figure this shit out before I get out of here. I gotta figure this shit out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
when I
yeah.
started thinking with my mind. I got in the law library. I ran for ILC and made liaison committee. I'm doing everything.
Okay, now you got on your focus shit.
Yeah, I'm on my focus shit. I'm not on a straight and narrow 100, but
Yeah,
I
that's
know
okay.
I
Yeah,
gotta get.
You got to get it right.
Yeah, I gotta get it
Because
right.
if not, it's gonna go super wrong.
It's going, and I got another. At that time, I got another 19 years to do.
That's what I'm saying. So you might as well get it right.
Yeah, so I got it right. I mean, I remember getting jammed up for tier 2, and I remember sitting in Clinton. You been in Clinton?
No.
Well, Clinton, there's this little. It's like almost like a hospital waiting area. There's a little room outside where you go to disciplinary,
Okay.
and they put you in that little room. And I remember sitting there talking shit. I'm talking my shit with the people that's waiting to go to the hearing because we all got tickets. And I remember Lieutenant Armitage came out, pulled me out, and was like, "Yo, let's get yours out the way." I didn't realize the walls didn't go up to the ceiling. He was listening to everything I said. I done pissed this dude off. So he take me in a room and was like, "Yo,
You thought you was.
I'm just talking
man.
my shit."
Yeah, you talking your shit. That nigga right there
He
like
listening
this.
to
Yeah.
everything. He come out red in the face. Let's go. Let's get your hearing done with. And I tell him, he's like, "Yo, what do you plead? Not guilty." Well, the way you were talking out there, I would assume that I'm not guilty. So why are you sitting in front of me? Because you're officers. You got stupid officers. He said, "If I got stupid officers, why are you always sitting in front of a disciplinary hearing officer?" And I'll never forget that. That was one of the smartest shit somebody ever told me. Like, if they so stupid, how I keep getting caught up? I keep getting tickets. They keep taking my money. When you get a ticket, they take your money. You know,
Yeah, take your money.
Take your money.
What is it, $5?
$5.
Yeah.
But that's a
should be
lot when
added
you're
up.
making 10 cents an hour. That's
Fuck
a lot.
yeah.
That's 50 hours worth of work.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
That
fact.
point and being in the box before that is that's when I straightened up. That's when I was like, I ain't gonna do this for another 18, 17 years. Like
So you got out the box.
I got out the box. I got in the law library. I got in the tailor shop. I started working every job. I volunteer. I'm gonna stay too busy. I'm gonna work no matter what, because one, I'm not gonna have less time to get in trouble. But two, I gotta learn.
Yeah.
Because this ain't gonna cut it, and arguing them ain't gonna cut
Yeah,
it.
ain't gonna
I gotta
cut it.
learn. So
Yeah.
next thing you know, I'm enrolling in college. I'm enrolling in pre-college. I was like, I gotta learn. I gotta fight with this. I can't fight with that.
Facts.
So eventually, I did all that.
So how long you stay in Clinton?
3 years.
And then you got transferred.
I joined ILC. So you know what ILC is?
That's that shit that you fight with the administration?
Yeah, you represent the population.
So they shit you
know
out.
what I mean? Yeah, they got me about it. They got me because I got smart by then. I knew what I
I'm
was doing.
like,
Yeah.
this shit you already
They got me
know.
about it. They shipped me back to Sing Sing. So now I'm back where it all started. I don't really want to be here, but my brother's there. My mom's is coming to visit both of us.
Yeah, it's more convenient, more better
convenient
for
everybody.
For family.
But if you know, once you've been up north, it's militant. It's military.
Yeah, it's military.
So I'm used to that now. Like everybody got respect. It ain't a bunch of noise going on. And I get back to Sing Sing the first day. People yelling. You can't talk in the hallways in Clinton. You can't talk in the hallways in Attica. I'm in Sing Sing and people yelling, yo, go to the yard tonight. People on the gate, it's a zoo.
It's a zoo, yeah.
And I was like, oh man.
It's mad loose.
It's mad loose. But I jumped right into AVP, which is like a violence project program.
Okay.
I jumped into the PACE program, which is teaching people about HIV and AIDS.
Okay.
And I got a bunch of my little mans coming through now. So they know me. They know Bang. They don't know Jermaine. They know Bang. And they see me kind of changed up. And they like, yo, what's up? What we doing? Because Sing Sing is loose. People doing what they doing to get by. I'm like, nah, I'm chilling, bro. I'm playing for the door. I'm trying to get out of here, bro. Like, I ain't never coming back to jail. I don't need that tough shit. I know who I was. I don't gotta play tough. I'm not gonna fuck around and die up in here. I'm in college. If you want, I help you get in college. You know, whatever you want. But I'm not with all that. And I got a college degree, a bunch of them. Paralegal certifications.
All in Sing Sing?
All in Sing Sing. I spent my last 16 years in Sing Sing.
Wow.
And then the last 4 months in Green. After I made parole, they shipped me to Green to go home.
Shit, why would they ship your ass to fucking adolescent ass Green?
Because I was spoiled, and they wanted to let me know what prison could have been like. They was like, yeah, nigga, you had it good in Sing Sing. You don't realize how good you had it. Let me let you get a little taste of this before you go home. Let me let you know what you could have been going through all this time.
Green is loose.
Green is loose, bro. And then Trump lost the election that year. So it was crazy. It was chaos. Like it was, they was upset. That's Trump country.
Yeah.
So they was upset. It was rough on incarcerated people at that time. People that locked up was suffering up there.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Sing Sing was like a university for me. I realized I got to turn this into something else because they got 22 years out of me, and it don't matter what I say. That's my 22 years.
So you went to the board?
I went to the board, and I told them I didn't do it.
After 22 years?
After 22 years.
And they hit you with 2 years?
Nope. They was tired of me. I came home on my first board.
That's crazy. You don't really
telling them I didn't do it too.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't do it.
You don't really get that.
Nah, you don't get that.
You don't get that. You don't get that when you go in there, oh, I ain't do it, and all that, and they're like, what?
Nah, but I'm going to tell you what it is. When you go in there, you take advantage of all them programs. One, you learn to talk. You become more articulate.
More
you become more intelligent, and you know how to deal with it. You don't go in there emotional. Like, I didn't go in there emotional.
You be able to communicate with them more.
And I can deal with my emotions better, too, because the program that I run now, Rehabilitation Through the Arts, that's about using the arts to learn human shit. Like, people think it's about putting on productions. Nah, that's about learning critical thinking, listening, empathy, all that. To put on a good production, you got to know all that.
That's a fact.
And it helped me with all that. So I learned to think before I speak. I learned to listen. Because I used to go back and forth with whoever. I learned, let me listen to what they saying before I respond. And all that really helped me. When I got into the parole hearing, like you could see, I was educated, I was articulate. I didn't cut him off. I'm not going to be going back and forth with you. Let him say everything he wanted to say. I think for a second, and then I respond. So that education showed. Like it really showed. I wasn't that wild boy no more.
And they let you go.
And they let me go. They literally kicked me out of prison. That's what I tell people. They kicked me out of prison. They had
22 years.
22 years.
And how long you been home?
4 years. 4 years, 3 months.
Okay. And I heard a lot of great things, man. So let's talk about some of those.
That's what I want to get to. Let's talk about the positive things.
Let's talk about, yeah, that's right. We already talked about that dark moment. You know what I'm saying? For all the young brothers out there and sisters that think that can't happen, dark moments could be there.
And let me be a cautionary tale to some of them, because there's people out there that put that work in and they change their life around. And there's people out there that's just caught up. You're guilty by affiliation.
Facts.
And a lot of young people take for granted that you don't have to do it if you running with them. Like, that's the story I like to tell people. I did 22 years for something I didn't do. So understand, living the life I was living, the choices I was making got me caught up. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't have to do none of that. I didn't order it. I wasn't involved in it. But because I was living that life, it made it easy for them to put that on me. And this is what I try to emphasize with these young people, because either you're going to get caught up, you might snitch, you're going to be a rat, and you still might get caught up because they make you snitch and then you still get time.
Yeah, of course.
So all that, like, be mindful that when you affiliated with somebody, if I see Pete, I see Pistol Pete every day with non-gang members. In my mind, Pistol Pete is a gang member. You're going to be judged by who you with. So when you with around a bunch of people, understand when the police come, You ain't gonna be able to say, "Oh, but I didn't take an oath. I'm not down with them." Nah, you one of them.
You one of them,
and that's what it was for me. I'm on the street, so
on the street,
I didn't clean up in time in the streets.
Yeah,
my history. What I tell people, you want props. Props is evidence. That's all that is. You want your props, right? You want your respect. That's evidence, when you're dealing with the police.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they're gonna use all that shit.
All that. The shit you gonna spend 20 minutes trying to prove somebody you tough, and you're gonna spend the next 25 years trying to prove somebody you ain't do it.
That's right. I tell that to the young brothers when I go to Rikers Island on Thursdays, because they be in there wilding, right? So I'm like, they letting them wild out, but they documenting everything. They pointing everything out. He spit at this, he's fighting this.
They got cameras everywhere now.
He cut this. No, so when they go to court, they bringing all that shit up, like a report. Yo, look what this guy's doing in jail.
Yeah. You'll spend 2 years or a year on the island trying to prove you tough, and then you're going to go to court and try to prove to the judge that you're rehabilitated.
There you go. Yeah. Then you fuck.
Yeah, you fuck now.
It's not making no sense. And dudes is getting jammed up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to bring that awareness, when I go in there.
I'm glad you're using your platform for that, because I know a lot of people that they're like, I like your style, I like what you do, because you don't come at them like, yo, let me tell you, I've been through it. That don't work. You got to, that's the difference between scared straight and yap. Yap is about, I'm going to show you what I went through.
Yeah, that's
and if it sounds familiar, you might be going through it.
We just going to build.
Yeah,
I go in there and I go and build. I go in there and I bring my team and we just build with them. You know what I'm saying? Most of them already know. You know what I'm saying? If they don't know, the guy that's in jail with them, they'll tell them, yo, that's such and such. He did that. And then the most important thing is just we build.
That's it.
And we make the most important thing second is to make them feel comfortable.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Because, we dealing with a lot of adolescents and we dealing with a lot of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And we could relate because at one point we was there. You know what I'm saying? So I be letting them rock out and it works out well, just like you said. We don't go in there on some, military shit like scared straight.
Yeah, nah.
No, because them niggas, nowadays, that shit doesn't work anyway.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? The brothers that's in jail now, them young brothers, they look at you like, my man, get the fuck out the unit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be chasing programs out.
Programs,
like programs be trying to come in.
Sometimes officers.
Yeah, they be like, my man, you can't be here. We got to get out of here. Be like, no, they don't play that shit. So, you got to watch what you say because, everything is, you already know. It's tricky. It could go wrong at any given time.
Absolutely.
So you came home. You've been home 4 years.
3 months.
In 3 months. How was that like coming home, making the first parole board and coming home? How was that?
Coming home in the middle of COVID.
Yeah. How was
different.
How was that? You coming home, it's the world shut down.
Everybody wearing masks.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I noticed. Everybody wearing masks. And when you from a certain culture,
you was happy anyway.
I'm happy to be home, but I'm
realizing
realizing
don't give a fuck about all that shit. Right now,
I cared about masks. I still care about everybody wearing masks.
You was concerned. You was worried.
Yeah, I mean, you just coming home. You've been in prison all these years, and you come home. You don't know who out there now. You don't know who grew up. You don't remember everything you did. So it's like I don't know who's who. I can't see faces. Everybody wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna. Let me keep it a buck. I was on point because you
never know.
You never know. I don't know who grew up. I don't know who think what. I don't remember everything I did in my life.
You don't even know if the person that they killed that you didn't do, his family might have to take retaliation.
Something like that.
Something like that based on,
And I knew at that time they knew I didn't do it. Like they knew later on. They didn't oppose my parole. They knew by then I really didn't do it. But still, it don't matter. You don't know.
Matter. You still got to watch yourself. You got to be.
The funny shit though is
still coming home and you paranoid when you come home anyway.
Yeah, I'm on point. I'm on point. But when I first walked out of prison, they asked me what I wanted to do. And I was like, I want to go to McDonald's. For walking out of Green, I want to go to McDonald's. They took me to McDonald's. They said, yo, go order your shit. So I go to the counter. Nobody paying me no mind. The people, the workers, the servers, they walking back and forth. I'm like, I'm waiting for somebody to come take my order. They ain't paying me no mind. Man, I got locked up in 98. It's 2020.
Yeah.
So eventually, I called the girl. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to make an order. She said, oh, no, you got to go in the kiosk. So my family laughing because I'm deep. They deep. They can't pick me up deep. And I go over to this little black box thing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, how to turn this shit on. Like, where the power button at? I don't see the power button. And it was touch screen.
Yeah,
I didn't know nothing about no touch screen, so they all got a kick out of that. Then they helped me make my order. So that was my welcome back. I went in doing the Flintstones. I came out doing the Jetsons. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
That's funny as hell, but that's the fact.
Yeah. I went in, you have to take your phone out your pocket, open it, pull the antenna up, all that.
Yeah, push your pie to walkie talkie.
Yeah. 1-800.
Yo, where you at?
The beepers, all that, the pages. So I come home.
Talk to me about all the greatness you've
Let's
been
talk
doing,
about
man.
the good things,
what you been
man.
doing since you've been home?
I'm walking down the street. I'm on parole. I get a call from parole. I'm paranoid. What did they calling me for? I've been home a couple weeks. They tell me that a judge called the parole office and told me to call this number. He got a job for me at a law firm. I ain't been home 3 weeks. My wife telling me, don't take a job. I got you at least for 90 days. Figure out what you want to do first. I meet with the law firm, Legal Aid Society, and they offer me a job. 5 weeks out of prison, I'm working. I'm a sentence mitigation paralegal.
Okay.
The point of that story is you never know who watching you. Because this judge came in for a couple of graduations and some of the events we put on. He peeked me. We didn't have no in-depth conversation. I don't know he watching me on the computer to see when I come home. But when I came home, he plugged me in without even reaching out to me.
Wow.
Only because of what he saw me doing.
What a blessing.
So I tell people you got to be right even when you don't think nobody watching. If somebody's watching, you never know who's watching you.
No, you never know.
And because he caught me at the tail end of my bid, it was good. He saw nothing but the good, the great things. By that time, I had straightened up. Like, I'm not.
No, he had you. He caught you at the right time.
Caught me at the right time. So I get the job. I'm a sentence mitigation paralegal.
Okay.
My job is to find programs and services for at-risk youth, 16 to 25, to mitigate their sentence, meaning they can't go to jail. What do they need? Does he need an aggression program? Does she need substance abuse? Does this one need sexual offender treatment? Does this one need GED? And my job is to work with the court and the DA to determine what does this person need to keep him out of jail. And
Not to cut you off, but the person has to be in jail or
no, usually they're not in jail. They usually got arrested. So
they outside fighting.
They're outside fighting.
So you don't really do it for nobody in jail.
No, I was doing it for people in jail too, but I had like maybe 7 clients in jail.
Okay.
Most of them was outside.
Just asking, not just because it's always to know the information. Just in case because I go to the island, they be like, they got guys that they are doing the right thing, and they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might could go for that direction, and they might need help. So
I mean, we got to connect on that.
I might have to connect. You know what I'm saying?
But most of them, I had 56 clients over 16 months.
Okay.
I ain't lose none of them. Wow. None of them got locked up. I mean, they could call me 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 9 at night. I'm going to pick some of them up to bring them to Yonkers and take them back to the city.
Make sure that they get to
get where you got to go from Staten Island to Yonkers and back. They ain't got no Metro card. They ain't got no car. I did everything I could. And 16 months later, I took the LSAT. I said, I'm going to law school because I work for a law firm. I can't get paid for so much because I'm not a lawyer. So I'm going to go to law school. I took the LSAT and then filled out a job application for philanthropy. Philanthropy is helping rich people give away their money to address some of the society problems. So a lot of nonprofits, they get their money from philanthropic organizations and foundations.
Okay.
I was working for them. I was giving the money out.
Not no more.
Not no more. I'm gonna get to that. But criminal justice organizations.
No, only ask because we need that.
Oh yeah, I
got my Pistol P Foundation. We need some money.
Oh yeah, I'm gone. I'm out of there. I've been out of there. I've been out of there for a month and a half now. You should have caught me when we was in Yonkers.
That's okay. That's all
right. Over 2.5 years, I was supporting organizations that's trying to, bring criminal legal system reform. Like, we got to stop putting so many people in jail. We got to let more people out. We got to stop the police from having so much contact with people with the community. Like, we need alternative responders. We need community violence intervention workers. We had three programs: ending over-incarceration, which seems to be the norm, reducing and repairing the harm from mass incarceration, and achieving community-centered health and safety, which would have been like your program. It's community-centered. It's us, by us, for us, to help us. So right. I worked with them for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Did some great work, and then the movie Sing Sing came out. Rehabilitation Through the Arts, RTA, which is the organization that the film is about. Our founder retired 2 years ago. 2 years and 3 months ago, she retired. Oh. So we hired an interim executive director, somebody to come in and hold things down till we find permanent leadership. Because usually if you got somebody, you got the Pistol P Foundation and you here for 30 years, it's going to be hard for somebody to come right behind you. Because this is your organization. It got your fingerprints all over it. It's your culture. So it ain't fair to put somebody in that situation. So we got an interim leader to guide us through for 2 years. And this year we decided now we need to get permanent leadership. Okay. And because I was a member of the organization, I was a steering committee on the inside, which helped steer the organization, pick productions, vet the people participants, all that. I became an ambassador when I came home. I joined the board. I was on the board for like 2 years, maybe a little. No, I was on the board for 3 years. Almost the whole time I was out. And then they was like, you know what? Jermaine might be the perfect fit for this right now, because they always had a dream of the organization being run by one of us one day. It was like, you know what, this woman came in and she helped create it, she started it, but it was always with the vision that one of these days, the people that the organization serves should take over. And I took over on February 18th, 2025.
Oh, shit,
So I'm the
congratulations,
executive
man.
director of Rehabilitation Through the Arts.
That's focus.
It's fire. And I mean, it's
That's fire,
important
man.
because right now we know what's
Nah,
going
it's
on.
important, man.
We know what's going
It's
on in New York
important
State Prison,
who
right?
we have there.
That's mean important. Like that's
I'm just saying,
that's
to
mean.
me,
Yeah.
that's the important thing. To
Yeah.
have a brother like you that I know is going to shake,
Yep.
that's going to move.
Yep. And
It
it's one of
matters.
us. It's
And,
inspiration
you know,
for people
we-
coming behind
it's
me.
We can relate.
Yeah, we can
You know what
relate.
I mean? It's like, yo,
Yeah, you,
man, I need this.
You could talk to me different.
Man.
Yeah, you could talk to me
we got to
different.
get this guy. We need his help.
Yeah, you could
You know,
talk to,
I
like
could
I,
talk to you
we
like
speak
that.
the language.
Absolutely.
And it's also important for people that's still locked up and for some of these young people to realize like it's never too late. You get it together. I lost 22 years of my life. Look where I'm at now. I'm still getting started. I'm still moving and shaking, but
That's right.
I like people to understand like
Let them know, Bank. Let them know, because I be telling them young boys all the time, everything should pass. You
Mm-hmm.
might could get caught up now, but it's never too late to be right there.
absolutely
Be right here.
Every sinner got a future and every saint got a past. You know how they say? That's the saying. And I feel like it's important for one of us to lead a lot of these organizations. It just got to be the right one, because sometimes
It's
you
gotta
get
be
the
the
wrong
right
one and it make us look
No,
bad.
it makes us look bad.
Yeah, so you get the right one and that's where it's at.
That's
So
very important.
and we use arts. That's what I'm saying right now. There's things going on in New York State prisons. We're a solution to that right now because we use the arts.
Yes.
I could go in there tomorrow and do healing circles and workshops, and they're gonna embrace it because it's feel good, it's therapeutic, and it's not mandatory.
Yep.
So what I love about it is that when we put on a production and you have fun, I got to have a childhood and sing in a safe space. You still learning other things that you don't even realize you're picking up, like eye contact. When you're on the stage and they give you your blocking, you realize you got to maintain eye contact. Sometimes we don't do that in everyday life.
Yeah.
Articulating your words, speaking clearly, listening, enunciating, all these life skills, these critical life skills that we learn using the arts translate when people come home. I know a lot of people that came home and they say, yo, RTA helped me with my parole interview. RTA helped me with this job interview, because it's not just fun and games, it's not just theater, it's actually using the arts to learn critical life skills and to help people become their best person. I'm not trying to make you an actor. I'm not trying to be an actor. We're going to use these arts to just like how football coaches use football to teach life skills to young people,
Right.
teamwork and all, like chemistry.
Yeah, it's your choice to
same.
decide you want to keep going or not.
Absolutely. So
At
that's
least you
where
got
we
the
at.
life skill. At least you know.
You got the skills. I
you
gave
got
you
the-
I
you
gave you a
have the
toolbox. I gave you a toolbox. What you do with it is on you now.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. So what else you what you talked about the Sing Sing. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Oh yeah. So Sing Sing is the Oscar nominated film that's based on our organization. It revolves around a production we did back in 2005 called Breaking the Mummy's Code. It's mostly true. Of course, you got a little bit that may not be 100% accurate, but it's the story of how Divine and Divine clicked. Divine G, Divine I got together in a program. Divine G was fighting his conviction. He was wrongly incarcerated, and he was getting through his bid by helping people. Like, that's what he did. Law work, RTA steering committee, everything. And they eventually formed a bond, and they became friends. They still friends to this day. But the film really showcases how Divine G used the arts to survive an inhumane system, because the arts reconnects us back to our humanity. That's the one thing, art, whether it's visual arts, music, acting, dancing, that's the one thing that there's no metric for it. You can't quantify it. I feel good when I hear a certain song. I don't know how to sell that to you, but when a certain song come on, it just feels good.
It feels good.
When I act,
It's
and when
a
I
good
sing,
one.
It's a good one.
It's a
I
good-
act and
you
I
gotta
sing
give
and I
it to me.
dance.
Yeah, it's a good
and
one.
those are the things that they're not judgmental.
Right.
And another thing about RTA is you don't need nothing to get into our program. You're not being disqualified because you got a certain case. You're not being disqualified because you got a certain amount of time. We take you as you are. All you got to do is be willing to work on yourself. Come to the program. We're going to come down here 3 nights a week, and we're going to have a good time. And when it's all over, you're going to look back and realize, well, the first thing I realized I learned was I could work around people I don't really like. Because I got to. It's a production. Me and you gonna be in each other's face for 4 months rehearsing this, and I don't really like you, and you don't really like me, but we're gonna learn how to get the job done, and we're gonna put on a hell of a production.
Absolutely.
So you learn teamwork, you learn chemistry with people that I wouldn't be having a drink with or coffee with or lunch with. I don't wanna hang out with you after this. I'm gonna go back where I'm going. But while we on this stage, we gonna be professionals. So it's all little side things that you learn. Sing Sing is fire. Clarence Macklin did his thing. Obviously, Coleman Domingo did his thing too. Clarence Macklin played himself.
Congratulations to the brothers, man.
Absolutely, 914. He representing for real. He's still representing 914 United with J.O.
Yeah, with J.O. on them.
Yeah, he doing his
Shout
thing.
out to 914 United.
Absolutely.
Yeah, J.O. and them, they doing a great job.
Facts.
Yeah.
And I'd say everybody need to go out and see that movie. If you ain't see the movie, you got to see the movie.
I ain't see it yet.
You got to see it because we already know where we come from. You watch a movie, if it's prison, it's sex, and it's violence. Yeah. One or the other or both.
Yeah.
This movie ain't got no sex. This movie ain't got no violence, but it was a mean movie, and it got nominated for 3 Oscars. Like it's different.
It's a dope movie.
It's a dope movie, bro. It's real, and if you want
it's different. It's different.
Especially people that never been to prison. You get a glimpse. You get to see that it's not all the shit you see on Prison Break and all these other shows that sensationalize. Nah,
all
that's real
odds
lives
and
in
all that.
Yeah, it's real lives in
yeah,
there.
Real life.
How many times you sat in prison with somebody and drank coffee or fried some mac or whatever and just chopped it up? That's real.
That's real.
You never see that in the prison movies that they put out. You only see the violence, the rape scenes, the shanks.
Yeah.
So I think I recommend everybody go out and see that movie, man.
That's what's up, man. So what you got going on as far as what's your goal, man? What you got?
I mean, my goal right now is to really grow RTA into I want to grow RTA. I want to make it bigger. Right now, we operating in 10 prisons in New York State. We operating in another prison in California, Sierra Conservation Center, and I want to grow the organization to be able. Everybody in prison should have access to arts. I believe that. If you want to take it, you take it. If you don't, you don't. But it should be available, and we want to be able to expand first across New York State. And we're gonna need help with that, whether it's funding, whether it's teaching artists, whether it's volunteers, but we want to be able to provide the arts. We want to be able to offer the arts to anybody locked up in New York State first, because this is our backyard.
Yeah, of course.
And then we want to expand. Now, we're not trying to be. We don't want to be national because you water it down sometimes. You realize when you get a franchise, Starbucks don't taste like Starbucks used to taste. It changes when you make it too much.
Facts.
And we don't want to do that. We want to keep the sauce. So we want to make sure we can keep providing the same services, but we can work with other organizations and support them. Organizations in New Jersey, Ohio, wherever it is, we could
Dog in the yard.
Dog in the yard. Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we want to work. We want to collaborate with other organizations.
Definitely, we could do that.
We want to make a network of this.
Absolutely.
We want to create that. So definitely,
I got the platform. I'm here. This is our platform. This is your platform.
No doubt.
When you're in prison, you don't have a voice.
That's a fact.
This is our voice right here.
And I really appreciate
That's
you.
That's why I did Dog in the Yard. So whenever you ready to come back, I got some other shit I want to announce. I got going on. Let me call CK. I got to get back on Dog in the Yard. You'll announce it.
Nice.
This is our platform.
I appreciate that, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate what you're doing, and I love what you're doing, man.
I love what you're doing. So I am because we are.
That's a fact, man. I love what you're doing, man. It's just great when you see good brothers, man, that been through some shit, turn around and get their life right. You know what I'm saying? And out here, and you out here, you helping everybody else, man. You out here serving.
And that's what we're supposed to be doing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it feels good. It's almost like it's so natural to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went to Rikers Island, bro, and when I went, I've been writing a book for past year. My book, my life story, right? And I wanted to have something to talk about. Something like it's finished, like a redemption. Pete went back to Rikers Island.
Yeah.
He's giving back for the youth, and I went there just to add to my book. But when I went there, I felt the need that they need me in there. I felt, I felt it. I went in there and it's like. It's so natural, you know what I'm saying? And
can I ask you a question? I want to ask you a question. Do you realize that when you do the right things for the right reasons, you still get more life and more blessings?
Nah, God is so good to me, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I'm so blessed. I have so many rich friends, and I don't care. You hear me? All blessings to everybody. I'm in my lane, and I feel comfortable in my lane. You know what I'm saying? And God has blessed me in such a way that I'm cool. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm not. No way. I love to go to Rikers Island. I haven't getting out one check. I go to Rikers Island for free. I just got my ID. So my program is barely new on Rikers Island, and it took me 2 years to get it. And I had to interview the mayor of New York City in order to get it, because I asked him right here in the same room, Mayor Adams, could I get the ID to Rikers Island? Because I'm trying to build. I'm trying to get my program.
Service. That's right.
I'm trying to create this. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to make some phone calls because yes, you have change." And I was like, "Bet." And the commissioner turned me down a couple of years, whatever, a couple of times, 2 years, and I finally got it. Now they approved it. I got it. I'm working at the worst prison, at the worst jail in the city, which is the Beacon.
Yeah, Beacon's
You know what
rough.
I'm saying?
I was in Beacon in '98.
That's
Beacon
what I'm
is
saying.
rough.
So Beacon is the worst jail of Rikers Island. You know, I'm in there with all the gang members, every killer, every, you know, and I'm getting embraced, and they love the program. And I incorporated my dog. I got a bully, my personal dog. I incorporated. I got him. I got him to be a service dog, a support dog. You know, I did 17 years in prison, so he's my support dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's approved. I got him certified, and he goes to Rikers Island with me, and we go in like we work
Fire.
there. You
That's
know, we
fire.
we go in there, we go to the metal detectors, and
That's fire.
you know, when I go in there, and I let Legend, his name is Legend, I let him loose. And the CEOs loving him. Oh my God, love him, Legend, come over here. All the young brothers, you know, because I don't like to call them inmates. All our young
Yeah,
brothers,
the brothers,
yeah, our
right.
young brothers incarcerated. They all running up to oh hell, my God, wow. You know, I'm going out.
Can
to
you imagine how many lives Legend is touching? Like when you in jail, you would think people forget what you miss. Some people miss touching trees.
Yeah.
Some people miss dogs.
Of
Like you be like,
course.
yo, I ain't touch a dog
in a minute.
in a minute.
Oh,
Like,
brothers like, yo, I just got sentenced, man.
Yeah.
I'm about to go up top for 10 years.
I don't know when the next time
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
touch
next
a dog.
time. Yo, Legend,
Word.
come here. They grabbing on my dog.
Yeah.
They hugging on him, and he's a sweetheart. So they going on. He let them do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back. I'm in the yard because you know in the Beacon they usually have their own yard. Like every house has their own yard. You know, segregate separate. You know, it's a lot of segregation now. You know, because the gangs is different now. So, and I go to the yard. Legend running around the whole fucking yard. You hear me shitting all over the fucking place. You hear me? I'm doing pull-ups with the brothers.
Word.
I'm out there like
Word.
this. While Legend is running around and shit, I'm doing pull-ups with them. Come on, you go. All right, you go. Yo, P, you're set, man. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's love. I know they love you, man.
Yeah, they love it. And,
know they love you,
And I brung a couple artists into the jails, you know, to
They gonna love that too.
You know, Fat Joe. I don't know if you ever heard of Andre Norman.
Yep.
You know, so Andre Norman's my guy. You know what I'm saying? When I met Andre Norman is a beast at what he does. He's been doing this way before we started.
No
this.
doubt.
You know, and he and Andre Norman, when we first met, Andre Norman was like, yo, man, you the Jay-Z of this shit. You don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell he mean by that? Like, I'm saying to myself, like, he said, don't you see? You know, we went to Rikers Island to the 4 building with Andre. They said, no, they love you. They respect you. You say a few things and they all gather up to you. Oh, my God. Oh, that's Pete. Yo, that's...
Yeah,
Yo,
the name.
Yo, remember him?
How
That's
does it
the guy.
feel now? How does it feel? I feel like I done turned the interview around on you, but how does
Ah,
it feel?
it feels
Before
great.
you close out, I want to ask, how does it feel to know that your name meant one thing back in the late 80s and early 90s, and now it means something different?
It shit is when you it's something when, because you know I never did it to be recognized. You know what I'm saying? I only did it from the heart.
Yeah, you talking about this part, yeah.
Yeah, I do everything from the heart.
Yeah.
I want to get back. That's how I feel. So, but by me hearing it, it's just like, wow.
Because in '89, if I'd have heard Pistol Pete coming around
I
the
was
corner,
fucking up,
I would
man.
have thought different. Today, you hear
yeah.
Pistol Pete coming around the corner, it's a different feeling for people.
Facts. No, so you know, it feels great.
Yeah.
And then not only that, my team, those that around me that dealt with my bullshit, meaning like, you know, the people that you guys don't really know, like a Khaled, Fat Joe, these famous guys, a couple more guys, football players that I know. A lot of people that I fuck with, they like, you know, you see Joe on doing podcasts and doing other shows, and he's like, I don't know if you know about my brother Pistol Pete, man.
Yeah. Put
But
you
he
out
did 100 years in jail, and he got this shit together.
Yeah.
He got dog in the yard, and he promoting this shit. I'm like, and I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, it feels great.
Yeah.
He tells me, yo, Pete, it feels great. When you came home, you got me at least 3 lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? For beating people up every time you get in trouble. You fought for your life after you did 17 years. You was out. We had us suiting up, going to court for 3 years in Manhattan because you stabbed 7 people in the club. You know, like, and I fought. I went all the way because I ain't had no
Trial.
choice.
Yeah, you went to trial.
Yeah, I had Don Florio. Shout out Don Florio. And I beat it. You know what I'm saying? And that right there was like, whoa. That was like, oh.
Yeah.
That was a close one for me.
Last morning.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. You know, for those like,
Because you know you would have never came home.
those, when I say us that has done time, that knows the feeling and been there, you know how I was feeling. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Here I go again. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel blessed, man. God has blessed me in such a way. I feel good. You know, every day that I'm able to go and make an impact, it's just a blessing.
You definitely
You
making
know
an
what I'm saying?
impact. You
And, you know,
definitely making
in
an impact.
every way.
I'm blessed to be sitting next to you
Yeah.
because I hope everybody watching realize that these is two brothers that came from the bottom.
Absolutely.
And turned their life around and doing it for and with other people. Like some people come out the hood and they keep on going.
No,
they
they
don't
keep
look
going.
back. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm a product of my program.
Uh-huh.
I came through RTA. I'm on top of RTA now. We going places. When you see me in RTA, you see the people we serve. You came through the X, you came through everything you was doing, and you still here, still giving back on Rikers Island. You still repping your New York Yankees.
Absolutely.
I see that. Like,
Absolutely. You already
it's
know.
still love. It's just a different feeling right now.
Listen, you could be all you could want, man. Just I move different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody around me, I
grown.
try to
You grown.
grown. I try to, everybody around me is like they my kids. You know, most of them.
Yeah.
Besides, older guys like this guy here, we all the same age bracket.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, we got a bunch of young guys around. We got to live by example.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We can't just be fronting for the cameras and all that. You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying? I live this life off the cameras.
Absolutely.
Off the cameras, I see one of my guys, whether they old, young, if I see a move being done and you're not moving right, I'm going to correct you. I'm going to put you on point because it's my job. I'm going to make sure that I give you that knowledge, you know what I'm saying, that I have.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, they don't have the knowledge. You could be my age and don't have the knowledge.
That's a fact. You got a lot of 40-year-old teenagers.
Of course.
I see them out there. A lot
You know
of
what I'm saying?
50-year-old teenagers.
So,
out
it feels good, man. It feels good to have you here. Brothers like you is important because for the youth to see, you know what I'm saying, that we could turn around and you don't have to go through all the shit that you've been through and I've been through in order to get here. You know what I'm saying? That you could get here without having to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? You could do the right thing without having to go through all this. You know what I'm saying? And that's important.
And it ain't too late if you don't got caught up, if you're on
No,
Rikers
if
Island
you-
right now.
yeah,
It
if you're
ain't too
thinking
late.
about it, if you have a case, I tell them all the time, watch Dog in the Yard, man. Like, look, man, because it's real. You know what I'm saying? These people could really turn your lights off. You know what I'm saying? They shut you down for a long time, take you away from your mother, your dad, your kids, everybody. Erase your whole identity. Just like you told us in the beginning of our interview, you become a number. As soon as you get up top, you call a number, your number is whatever number they give you, and that's it. You don't have a voice. You don't have shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's worse now. And prison was never beautiful, but you think about it now, we just had COVID.
Yeah.
That changed prison. People don't think like that. Like, it's going to be different. And now we had a strike. That's going to change things. So if ever there is a time to go to prison, and it should never be a time, but if ever there's a time to go to prison, this ain't the time.
No, this
ain't the time to be out there fucking up right now. And the last thing I say on that is, it's too many ways to get money.
Too many
Legally,
ways.
it's
Too
too
many
many
ways.
ways. You got
have too many
everything.
options
So
now.
many options.
Out here, you could just get on the computer and find some shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Back in
people
the days,
buy anything in New York.
not back in the days, we couldn't find shit.
Nothing.
Now you can own your own store
Yep.
online.
Or in your basement, in your
Yeah,
room,
no,
online.
online.
Yeah,
You
in
can
your
actually sell
basement.
your clothes,
on your phone, not even a
T-shirts,
computer.
your whole brand shit on.
Word.
Like it's no excuse.
It's no excuse.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, don't be afraid to ask those that with the knowledge that can teach you and help you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask you one thing about prison reform. Think it's necessary? It's needed?
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't hesitate for that reason. I just had to figure out whether or not I think it's possible. It's absolutely necessary. I know it's a huge system. It's 400 years in the making. 1 or 2 laws ain't going to fix what's broken with the criminal legal system, but it's absolutely necessary. I think we have to figure out how all these different systems interconnect with each other. Because if we just talk about the judges, the court system, you don't take into account prison conditions. If we only talk about those 2 things, you don't take into account the environmental science I told you about, how
Facts.
there's a liquor store and everything on the corner,
Yep.
things that play into this. Then you have to take into account education.
Yeah.
Are people really educated, equipped to get jobs that can, with the real education so they can support themselves coming out of poor communities? And then you got to think about finances. So all these things come together, not just criminal legal system reform. It's the system. It's the
Period.
school system. It's the banking system. It's housing. We can't live certain places. So it's a lot of things that would have to be adjusted in order for us to see real criminal legal system reform. When we change a law too, we realize we don't. It's great for the people that get impacted, but it ain't changing the system. In order to
Absolutely.
change the system, you got to address all
You
those
gotta address all the different parts.
that make the system what it is.
I agree with you.
Absolutely. That's how I I feel about it. And I believe we could do it, though, because these young people today are, they vigilant. When they want something, they're going to get at it, positive or negative. If we get them early enough and we educate them and we let them know, like, look, don't get frustrated. I saw a documentary the other day with Harry Belafonte, and this is right after they killed Trayvon Martin. It was part of that period. And somebody told him, yo, we about to change. The world's going to change. They killed Trayvon Martin. This ain't going to never happen again. And he said, there's going to be another Trayvon Martin. Like, I don't want you to get it twisted where you think because we did this in the 60s, he said. We was doing this in the 70s. And sure enough, there was George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. It was a lot more after that. It's the system. It's not the one person that killed somebody. It's the system. The whole system has to be addressed.
I agree with you 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how I feel about that.
I went to, before we closed out, I went to Rikers Island with Andre Norman, like I said. And Andre was like, yeah, we could come in here and kick all the shit we want to the young men in here and all that. But we got to go back and we got to sit down with the staff. We got to change their way of they think.
Yeah.
We got to sit down with them and make them realize what they trigger, what they do. You know what I'm saying? And
when you connect with that, I connected with a gang member when I was in the youth assistance program. And he wrote us back and said, yo, y'all changed my life so much. I dropped my flag. But now the other gangs are picking on me because I ain't got no family. Like, I'm alone now. So I'm saying we got to remember when we tell somebody, put down them guns, put down them drugs, stop that, what are you going to have of place of that? Because they used to having something.
Yeah, you got to be able to have something to support.
What's the solution after we get them, once we get the mindset? Because otherwise they're going to be caught up in a messed up financial world. They're going to be like, yo, well, I'm trying to do the right thing. I can't get a job. Fuck it, I know how to get money, though.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot with some of us that come home from prison, too, trying to do the right thing. So how do we change this system to be more supportive of us instead of what it's been doing for us for these past 400 years?
Yep. Well, brother, I want to thank you for coming. Appreciate having you.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Bang, it was good. You know what I mean? Good interview, man. Appreciate having you.
I appreciate you, man. I love
growing,
spending time with you, man.
Keep growing.
Absolutely.
Keep shining. Just know that your platform is here. Dog in the Yard is here for you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I want to dedicate this episode to Robert Brooks and his family. My condolences. You know what I'm saying? Let's speak up and let's motivate and let's support each other, man. With that being said, it's your boy Pistol Pete, Dog in the Yard. What up? You already know it's your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. First and foremost, I want to thank Jermaine for coming through. Jermaine, as you can see, came home 5 weeks after being home, got involved with the Legal Aid of Society in Westchester, New York. Focus. He's down with the RTA Act, management, production. I mean, the brother's working, and that's what it's about, man. You already know. Jermaine, salute, my brother. Dog in the Yard, your boy Pistol Pete.